people out there got kids? How many people out there got kids under 14? Right now, when I was 14, my parents allowed me to get in the car with a bunch of 21-year-old guys, and we'd play all around the Midwest, and we'd play in bars and fraternities and sororities. Now, would you guys let your 14-year-old kids leave with a bunch of 21-year-old guys? Well, there was 5 kids in our family. I guess my parents figured, well, what the hell, one less kid. And I was making $100 a weekend in 1968. You could buy a lot of shit for $100 in 1968. I was in a soul band and we did songs like pull strings and I'll kiss your lips. I'm your puppet. Let's see what else. What else we did? I got sunshine on a cloudy day, and when it's cold outside, I got the month of May. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? My girl, talking about my girl. I mean, what a treat for me, right? Being able to go out and do that, you know. There was another singer in the band. He was 17. I was 14. He was 17. And I hate to identify him in this fashion, but I have to make my point. He was a black kid, right? He was an African American. And people loved him on stage. I mean, he was, you know, he just made me look like hell. He was so good. He could sing, he could dance, you know, and he was great. And people loved him. And he was a soft-hearted, handsome kid. But during the breaks, you know, because back then you had to do like 4 sets. During the breaks, the guys would come up and go, he can't wait inside, take him outside. And I gotta tell you, I didn't know. I mean, that made a big impression on a 14-year-old John Mellencamp. I didn't know that bigotry and hatred even ran into like little teenage boys, which is what he really was. And you know, I know that he heard them say that, but he always acted like, ah, fuck it, don't bother me. But I knew it had to bother him, right? So over the years, I've written lots of songs about hatred and bigotry. Somewhere, I think it's in the Bible or the Constitution, all men are created equal. Can you imagine how it would be if we really lived that way? I mean, that all people respected you and you respected all people, and we didn't bring our kids up with that hatred? It's that hatred. It's that hatred that's getting people killed overseas. It's that hatred that's getting, well, let's just call a spade a spade. It's that hatred that elected George Bush. So anyway, I'll probably get arrested for saying that. So anyway, I was in Los Angeles a few months ago, and I pick up the Los Angeles Times and I'm reading it, and I read about this little town called Jena, Louisiana. Now this just happened, if you haven't heard the story. Down in Jena, there was some kind of problem, you know, and people thought it'd be a good idea if they hung nooses in the trees to intimidate people. I don't really know the ins and outs of it. I'm just responding to hanging nooses in the trees. That's a bad idea no matter how you cut it. Hey, here's a good idea. After the show, let's all go get a bunch of Jewish people and spray paint swastikas on them. That's a good idea. That's not going to get a good result no matter how you cut it. That is not the way we solve problems. We're better than that. Anyway, I don't know about the people in Jena, Louisiana. I'm sure they're nice folks. but this song is called Jena.